Does it mean my router outside? I don't mind to put my router outside if it really is that problematic, because I do want to test out this car's ability. It's that kind of car that I would consider, but I was saying that my dad, this car is one of those is a reliable car as well for the sake of energy, but I think you can't use the ambient lighting if you what's background lighting. Okay. Yeah, I think you need to be basically turning on the car, and it's electric. Damn it. The good thing about this car is that, I don't know if you've seen Geely's Z-Car range. It looks like out of places, like they try to look like Skoda or VW, but it just looks like they just attached a TV in the middle of the, it just doesn't look aligned with anything. Oh, come on, man. The only thing that I care about cars is ambient lighting or the charging. Like, I feel like even if I get like the minimum range ones, I'm like stressing regarding to a toilet break whenever I'm traveling. That's the problem about London. If I do not here, go to expect for one day and a time. For one day at a time, I don't mind. Roof as well, I realised, but I like how it placed its ambient lighting. That's my and that's how it turned. Everybody was wishing that this Speedo was a lot bigger than what it is now, and this is the more expensive version. It's the coupe version, but rear is still as bad as the 208. I mean, like, I think it's because of rear truck as well. I've been playing on that. I'm like, there's no point of rear mirror. If I had a USB with music on, I would test it out regarding to the sound effects, but they're also on YouTube as well. Rather not do it on that occasion, because we are in control so of the music. I hope everybody's back now. Okay, let's go. At least we have a lot of time. Like, the plan is to not really do anything else, really, apart from get my stamina back up ready, because I've been barely even doing a live stream. So, what model is this? Is this the Supreme? Damn. I don't really like the X5 because the rear looks like it's been flamed by a bumblebee. It just doesn't look, it looks a bit too round. And it's like these normal X3s in Iran are popular. Like, the worst thing is when you realize the prices are like 3 times more expensive than brand new in this country, and if people buy it second hand for that price, I'm like, nah. Nah, I'm not buying mass production stuff in Iran that much, man. I would rather buy it if it's like a GT Turismo 6 Series, but like, because they're like a lot rare. But I need to be that kind of guy that making like a good 400k a month. I mean, not 400 a month, but 400 a year. But even that is a risk. Okay, let's go back through the main section, because the outside cars are basically every regular user car. The new couldnt was, I'm 50-50 about it, but I don't mind to buy one, specifically in Iran. It was one of those cars that I kind of liked since I saw it in Iran, and it was like basic 60 million Tomans back in the day. Now you don't even buy a crappy Persian car right now with that price, what they've done so far to the economy. Like a Persian car is as expensive as, I don't know, these are like, I know this is the new ones are the electric ones, but roughly around that kind of price. The worst thing is you see people buying a brand new one and they smash it out, and it's so obvious how bad of a quality it was. And we did go to the auto show. One of the only place that was like concerned about me was the section with the Iranian cars. There was a kid playing with a balloon. That wasn't an issue. Me speaking English was a big issue. I was like, damn, I'm not a spy, don't worry. If you've made good looking cars, they do make alright looking cars, but it's that quality, it just hits them back. Yeah, I love to get the Fiat 500, but if it was bigger, I mean, like, if the E version was a fuel one, like for 30 grand, electric on 56, it's a bit too harsh. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it for that much. And I feel like the CEO actually realized that of Fiat, that they done a big mistake making it into like a specifically only electric. Damn, 75. I thought like the first models of the, what do you call it, the first models of the, I mean like the Fiat 500 when it came out was 50 horsepower, and it went up to 50 miles per hour. Damn, I'm curious for a 75 horsepower vehicle. It sounds like a quad bike more, but let's see. Sometimes you like to, like for a specific car, I like to test ride both versions, the lowest tier, the lowest engine, the worst engine that you can actually buy from them, not to the most expensive, like comparing to the most expensive engine, but the most expensive like kind of tier kind of things. See what's really the difference really. It's a bit bigger, kind of ugly. I know, like the only thing is, like I was like saying to my dad, why not buy a Fiat 600? And I had an XXL version as well. He was like, no mate, he was already traumatized. I recommended him the Citroen C4, the Grand Picasso, which he ended up liking that car The only thing that he had a problem was the computer system was failing so drastically. We had that car way more than the current car, which is like maybe 2 years older. No, actually 3 years older. And now this VW that we have, a Tiguan, which is so popular in the UK, the monitors is a mess. Like it feels like the same. It feels like the same monitor I've heard from the MAN trucks. They sometimes open up, sometimes they don't. I mean, open up as in turn on, not actually open up, but blue focus. I know that's so classic. That's so classic. Damn, is that Volvo? No. I should bloody know my trucks by now. Playing Euro Truck every like stream I do. At least that's a wrap. Okay. Damn. It's a bit too tight for my liking. Huh? I mean, like, I could go through, but F that, man. Like, they should actually, there's some cars that don't even have the option to do that. Like, I don't mind, but have it like an option to do it manually. Like, and some cars that are automatic and they don't have an option to close it when you're in a tight spot. It's like emotional damage on double side. I'm so damn. I would not mind to buy you as well, minus your interior. Let's try to go for Genesis. I think Genesis will slap me. I know we're not collaborating, but maybe in the future once I get a driving license. Let's go to Korea and do this. Last time I just wandered around here. I was like, it just looks like somewhere that is like somewhere like spooky vibes. I don't know if these are the newer models, because the newer models look a bit too empty. For I don't know, £60,000 car, this is basically the iconic 6. But just look at that, man. I would drive that for my everyday. The problem is electric. And the good thing is, everybody was expecting it to be over 60k, when it turns out to be like 40-ish k. This is if this is the 70, this is actually having a bit much better looking interior design, but this version, the older one with a different color, looks amazing. I don't know if you know a streamer called Chengiz Kong. He has one of these Genesis. I'm like, whenever I go there, I'm like, damn, I really want one. Like in America, like it sounds normal to have a Genesis, but here it's like, you just don't know if people will even consider it. Forget, like, I don't know if the Genesises that I've seen so far in Glasgow scrolling were their test cars or were their actual customers. But the steering wheel, everybody says it's a bit too old-fashioned. I do agree about that. Like for 30-ish, 30 mid £60,000. I don't mind to buy this car over everything else, because at the end of the day it looks a bit better, a bit different. It's not all like, even the big companies, they all look like each other. This is not the flagship version. They have a G90 that I've seen in Iran, not in here. That was like 2 years ago. Basically, if any, are there any Chinese companies, there is a lot of. Proton has announced to come back to the UK market. It looks exactly like how Mazda would design their cars. What's the one? There's one called, I don't know if you know the car company Phoenix, Photon, I don't know what's it called in here. It's called Omedi. They basically, in Iran, they sell it for £60,000 when you, and the hilarious thing is, when I searched it up, it said that the ones in Iran are the more cheaper, like tier things, the more like worse quality, than the ones in the European market is the better quality, and they're selling it for 25 grand. I'm like, damn, that is, if it's a good car I don't mind, but when it's not a good car, when you see a ton of issues, it's like, wow. But it just looks like a very closed place. Like, I don't like it about that. But let's see. Home charging. Imagine being a Genesis owner and just having free charging at the docks. Leap Motors is a new company. I think Great Wall, I've seen it. The KMC, like, that is worse than the car that I was referring to. Damn. Last time I ever saw this car concept was in Paris when I was 5. When I was 5. Let's see if this door even opens. But we're more into the Genesis side of business. But let's see the interior, because hiya, just walking around.
Sorry?
Just looking around.
Oh, you're just having a wee look around?
I won't film any like person or anything, like, I mean.
Are you doing it for something in particular, or?
No, I'm just like a typical live streamer, so.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, like I've been to the normal Arnold Clark. They're okay with it. Like, I won't be filming anyone or like doing like those kind of crazy stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's fine. No, it's okay. Do you want me to take a coffee?
No, it's fine.
Sure?
Yeah. Okay. I know that concept is very old, but for the exterior, I kind of like it. But I would say Audi is getting a bit better regarding to interior design. Like you know, like the TT versions or the R8s. I feel that got discontinued mainly because of how bad they designed the interior. Like, if I'm paying 120, okay, I'm not buying that car for that one small reason. Let's see if we can go to the Genesis side of the business, because that's my cup of tea. At least in Edinburgh there's a proper Genesis store, and they're pretty more, the new staffs at Genesis, they're way more comfortable with me with the camera, because they were not the official people. Like, by the way, did you even hear the car, one car going off in the main? That is one of the reasons that I'm traumatized. But damn, This feels like a chip for itself, but the view is way better. But the one that I sat on, and I would not like. I'm into electric cars if they do everything well as an interior design, because at the end of the day you're going to be sat here, not just looking at outside of your car. I feel comfortable for being a tall, big guy. The only issue that I don't know if I'm going to save it, if it's an issue. It's not really an issue, but it could be. It's good for storage, but also kind of concerning. But I'm just like curious. The interesting features of this car is this thing here. But I don't know if they... I really wanted to test out the more flagships, because the ones in Edinburgh, they don't have the flagships on the thingy. Do you think these are going to work? I doubt it, man. They don't feel that expensive, but I need to experience that more often. But for now, this is my favorite car company. Like, but the one in Edinburgh was a lot more luxurious, as in, yeah. No, I'm just doing it all alone.
Just having a wee look yourself.
Yeah, like,
oh, no problem, no problem.
you know, like the cars outside, like the G80, do you have one in display or?
Yeah, so we've got a small wee display of the cars outside, certainly.
No, I meant to display as in that way. I mean inside the showroom.
No, it's just the GV60 that you're in just now, or there's the GV70 here as well. So just the kind of 2 SUVs. Is
that the older? Is that like the current, but it's not the brand new?
Correct. So both of these cars are the current models. But Genesis, you may have read online, have announced or are announcing facelift and revised versions of these products.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they're not going to be here this year. It will more than likely be into next year. It's a global launch, but it might comes out in like the American market first of all, and then it might come here. So right now, you're right. These are the current models.
Okay, that's good. How's Genesis going on?
Yes, I think it's doing well. As you may know, it's like a more premium version of a Hyundai product. So certainly it's got a good bit of traction. I don't know if you agree, but they look lovely. So
they look a lot better. Like I remember the previous model, 2015.
Yeah. I
was shocked it got sold like 3 times. I was like, it looks alright, but it's not like only 3 people got it. I'm like,
it's had a bit of a weird journey, but certainly now in the UK, the cars look tremendous. Of course, it's like anything, it's not high volume obviously just now, because it's trying to cater to a more niche premium market, but certainly if you compare these cars to like the German brothers and sisters, certainly from a price point anyway, these are right on par, and in some cases better value. So it's just, I think, like anything, try to push the brand, market it better, and get more people knowing about it.
I feel like maybe in the next, say like as a long term, maybe they can't do it sooner, but like in the next 10 years, I feel like they're going to be like same pricing.
I think like, one for you to maybe look up on is the American market for like Genesis brand just now. They're currently about 8 years ahead of the European side of things, and they're flying. They're absolutely flying. I don't know if you're into golf or anything like that yourself, but they sponsor a lot of golf leagues out there. They are very prominent in very big cities like New York is an example.
Exactly.
So I think like anything, the brand will grow to become that. It's just the UK market with all the brands that's coming to it at the current moment, from China and Korea and you name it, it's a competitive place right enough. But certainly Genesis for us, and Arnold Clark's been with us for the last year now. We've been here for the last just about year as well, and it's only just grown, to be honest with you.
That's good.
Well. So I never caught your name. I'm Ross, by the way.
I'm Amir.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You just in for a wee nosy of all the cars, I take it then,
Yeah, I was like saying what's up with the Glasgow one, because I've been to the more like the Edinburgh one.
The studio in Edinburgh.
It's a big difference, as in like like I feel like these are more like, I don't know what's the really big difference, but that's more like elegant. I
Yes.
feel like it's just because of capital city.
Well,
like,
our showroom here will eventually get the work done and look like the Edinburgh showroom.
Okay, that's good then.
The brand just needs to decide how we want things to look. So yes, I appreciate what you're saying. This doesn't look like the Edinburgh studio, but eventually it will
True.
look like that, and it'll be on par with what you see in Edinburgh and obviously what you see in Glasgow. The Edinburgh studio is a great example of a customer experience centre. So the team through there are amazing at knowing all the products inside out and being able to offer the experience.
True.
And absolutely we do that here as well, but from more of a sales point of view, here's where all the sales for the Scotland would get filtered to. So it's a great kind of way of having that relationship with them. So yeah, but you know yourself, the cars sell themselves, don't they? They look lovely.
Like,
they look lovely.
I was like hoping like it's one of like, I know these are underneath like the iconic 6s and the EV6.
They are. They're based on the EGMP platform, which is Ioniq 6. Kia EV6, Hyundai Ioniq 5 kind of car, and that's what the GV60 is based upon as well. So from a charging point of view, it's one of the best in the industry, and how fast it can rapid charge. Obviously batteries are all at 77 kilowatt hours, so the range is fairly consistent between all three cars.
True.
But if you've been in the other cars yourself, I think what the difference is with the Genesis is the fit and finish and design of it is more of an elegant premium. And of course the EV6 and Ioniq 5 are lovely in their own right, but they are just different shapes, aren't they? The Ioniq 5 is more of a box air car.
True.
EV6 is more of a sports kind of coupe design. So yeah.
Like for me, like Genesis looks totally different to like the rest of the brands. I mean, not German. I mean, not the Asian market, more like the German kind of.
Correct.
They're trying to be like them. But I'd rather have a Genesis. Like,
I hear a lot of people saying that, to be fair to you.
Like, I don't know, like, I really don't know. Like, sometimes whenever I see a Genesis outside, I don't know if that's a test car or an actual customer. I'm just like curious because, like, from the previous experience with Genesis, I think even the North American market, they didn't really like the new, like, 2015 model kind of design. It had kind of like a default kind of classic kind of vibe, which they totally like changed it. And
you're right.
I think they made like maybe the G80 when later the years, the 90s came in.
They certainly try to go for more of an elegant look about them.
True.
But as we said at the start here, it's all about, I think, just trying to get the awareness out there, right, of the brand. So no, they do very well for us. They do very well. So do you stay local to us then?
Yeah, I'm local.
Are you? Yeah. So I think you just seen us online and swung by, or?
We actually bought like maybe like 10 or 15 years ago, like a C4 Picasso in the main place, but when I realized that you are actually like an official kind of Genesis, I was like, that's way better. Like,
absolutely.
Like
the brand, I mean, like these cars, like the GV70, they're designed by the same design team as the Bentley Bentayga. So there's a lot of similarity in terms of the design language from this to a Bentley, and I think that's ultimately why people maybe turn their heads so often on the road, because they go, what is that? You know, and it does. It's a lot of road presence. And the last thing I'd say about the brand itself is the 5-year care plan. So what Genesis are trying to do is not just give you a lovely, fancy, beautiful car from day one. They're trying to obviously look after you through ownership. So the 5-year care plan's inclusive of all your servicing, your warranty, courtesy car and collection services within a certain radius and perimeter. So it does mean that when you own the car and you buy the car, all you're doing is fueling it or charging it, insuring it and driving it, because the rest is really looked after for you. And I think that's what owners love so much, is that, okay, from a price point of view, it's a wee bit more expensive than a Hyundai, or Hyundai I should say, but once you then compare that to like BMW and things like this, and then you see what you're not getting with other brands, I'm just giving an example, I'm not saying directly BMW, but once you compare that with other brands, you then think, God, that's a lot of car for the money. And that's ultimately why I think we've been quite successful here. So yeah, you see the site obviously split into kind of two halves. One side's the Genesis temporary kind of showroom here and a wee bit of the pitch, and then at the other side of the building we sell used electric vehicles as well. So it's a nice site here.
I think this used to be mainly like electric.
It did. So it used to just mainly be. So I've been here for the last 5 years at the site, and yes, it was always an electric innovation centre, which it still kind of is today. But yeah, in the last year we introduced the Genesis brand to Arnold Clark. We found a wee home for it here, so we'll put it here. And the team in Innovation Centre still do what they've always done. But the only difference now is that we can now facilitate and sell used electric cars. So should someone be so new to electric, we teach them and love them all about it, then we may have the car for them on the next journey. So it's a nice way of doing it. So yeah. Well, I'll leave you to have a look around the cars if you want. I won't pester you too much.
I'm fine. I'm up for a conversation.
Oh, it's good, man.
These also, I don't know if it's still, if even Genesis is thinking about it. Like, are we gonna get the G90?
No, so see the G90 and the GV80 Coupe, they're exclusively for the American market. There's so many ifs, buts, maybes, question marks, and I really do think it's just down to the volume of the car just now in terms of how much. So say hypothetically now in the next 24 months, if we start seeing loads more of these in the road, the brand's really gains traction, then you know these cars are getting built today. You know the cars all get built in Korea, so there's no hassle in my opinion of being able to introduce these products to the UK and make them UK homologated. But at the moment we have got quite an eclectic mix of cars from G70, G70 shooting brake, G80, and then you've got your GV60, GV70 and GV80. As it stands now in this year, we have discontinued all the kind of ICE models, and it is just the GV60 at the moment, right now, in January, what you can factory order and build. There'll be a facelift and revised GV70 electric coming in the next month or two, which will be great. And then there'll be a facelift and revised G80 electric coming at some point as well. Last year at Goodwood Festival of Speed, we introduced the Magma program, which is the sporty version of the GV60. It's got bright orange GV60, it looks amazing. So that will, again, hopefully be with us by the end of this year. So I think this year is just a bit of a year of deciding the product lineup, which we've kind of already done, but maybe introducing some other things. And then we'll just need to see where it goes. The brand this year is going to be mostly, and if not purely, an all-electric setup. And then we just need to see where the future goes. For us, you're absolutely right. We may be able to introduce the G90 in the future, or GV80 Coupe. But I think from maybe your experience, certainly the UK market just now, everybody wants some sort of crossover SUV or maybe an SUV of that size. So the market for saloons now becomes probably a wee bit more niche than ever. So yeah.
Like for myself, like first time I'm actually from Iran. And like Iran, like I don't know if it's just like I've seen more like the coupe versions of it, but also like I don't know, was it the 2012 model of one of these Genesis? Like it was basically competing with the S-Class.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It looked exactly like the S-Class from the exterior, but in the same time I was like thinking, just because of that looks a bit different. I mean, like it's not common in the UK. I was liking a lot the design elements of the Genesis over the Merc. It's interesting. It was like maybe like 10 years, maybe like I saw a few one like 5-6 years ago. Like I was like, I'm not like from that era. I wasn't really into like that kind of car era, but for an old kind of car, it looked nice. Like when later the 2015 came, I was like, okay, this is different. Like it's not spectacular, but once they've introduced the newer ones in the American market, I was like blown away.
I know, and that's the thing we're kind of up against just now, is that the American market having all these products, I think naturally you would assume we would have them, and they're lovely, and then they do the part. It's just a bit of a barrier just now in terms of trying to see what's kind of coming next for us. So long may that continue. So you're filming a YouTube video then? Have you got a
live stream.
Are you live streaming? Yeah. Oh, amazing. How do you live stream quite frequently, or?
I try my best to do once a week, but maybe like 2 a week. But like, it's mainly on Twitch. I'm also on YouTube, so like specifically on like days that I'm like doing something like a bit different. Like I usually do like coffee kind of reviews and like these kind of stuff.
Yeah. So a bit of everything then, like cars, coffee.
Why not?
Cool.
And like today the thingy, the Riverside Museum had a sci-fi kind of concept.
Right.
I wouldn't say what's up. It's like more like a Star Wars kind of thing.
Nice, right, okay.
Let me see what's it all about, and we've already been around the place anyway. Why not? Let's go again.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Well, look, I'll leave you to it. Nice to chat to you.
Nice.
That's all. I'll just be floating about anyway.
All
And
right.
help yourself to a tea or a coffee if you want as well.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers. Okay. Wait, is that a green? No, that is not a green. Nice, dude. Exactly the difference. Imagine this place being the studio as well. I could see it. I could easily see it. Like, the good thing about Genesis that I kind of like, I don't know about if time will go, if like these feel nice things, like they are hard, but, and I mean, like, it's like millimeters of softness, which just has a different vibe. I'm just curious to drive these at night once I get my license. Like, the problem is, I love to drive these in the summer, but oh, that's parking assist. Yeah, I wouldn't mind to do these. I would in the winter, in the night time. The hilliers, the only hilliers. Oof. Damn, that felt smooth. I mean, I did it a bit harsher now, but yeah, these ones do feel a lot better than that GV60. But I think that's more like the more lower tiers, but I'm fine with it. But I like it, the fabric feels cold. By the way, do you drive like this or do you drive like that? It really depends, man. This is a bit too thick. But the UI on a Genesis looks very thingy. I dare you, I thought it was 1 o'clock by now. It's barely even 11. Yeah, the UI has a very nice lounge vibe to it, which I really like about it. We basically did a good, well, sold me a Genesis. No. True. But I really want to take you to Hamilton. I'm just curious, how big is the new Gurcelli Maserati, if they do still have a branch in Hamilton. But I've seen the the G90 in real life. Like, just the bonnet area is like, that's what I just remember. And the weird thing is, I saw in Tehran, out of any place, maybe it was the G80, but it looked, for me, what I'm remembering, it looked a bit longer. But even that car, I remember I spec'd it out, went up to like 80k. Not expensive. And when you compare the S-Class, that is like 100k starting price. I really don't mind if they don't even have soft open or whatever that concept is. Give me a sunroof that is operational, and give me a nice interior and a nice amount of ambient lighting. That is what I care. But I think this GV60 is a thingy. It's what do you call it? Is it navy blue? I don't know. Yeah, I think it is the navy blue version. It looks a lot better than the thingy. It looks a lot better than the typical black. It has a French vibe to it, like a French sailor kind of vibe. Let's see what coffee machine. Oh, is that it? Let's see. Yeah. I thought it was one of those coffee machines that used to be like 10 grand back in the days, now it's like 2 grand. I don't know if you know, but it was a collaboration with Nespresso and some other company. It's basically like a tap that makes every coffee that you could or milk drink. Let me actually. I'm curious if this is open. Definitely that concept card's not, but yeah, that was obvious. I'm curious about the ambient lighting, how it works on this car. Hey, I have a question. You know, like Arnold Clark, do they have any lorry dealerships?
Lorry dealerships?
Like DAF, Scanias and...
No, we don't have anything like that, unfortunately, just all kind of car dealerships.
Okay.
The van centre at Burnley Street.
To be fair, yeah, we've got vans, yeah, we do vans.
Okay, not really like those heavy
No,
duty.
nothing like HGV, nothing like HGV.
Do you know any like stores in Glasgow, or is there like, is there any like stores in Glasgow in general, or?
Arnold Clark.
No, I mean like for lorries, if you know.
Oh, I wouldn't know, sorry, I don't think there is.
There's a Scania up in Motherwell direction, but that's the closest one I can think of.
Okay, no. Oh. Okay, thank you guys. Have a nice day. Okay. Okay, let's go. That is a nice exterior. It reminds me of one other car. It's a nice centre. It's way better than the transport museum in some form of manner, because the cars are right up your eyes. I feel like putting a flash on, but that's a bit weird. But yeah. Let's go back. Let's see if there's a route from here onwards, because I am not going backwards again. I'd rather slip right now than go to the entire route here. Like, I always, like, the only bad interaction I had was Skoda Glasgow. The guy was like a bit aggressive, saying, "Why were you filming?" I'm like, just for YouTube. No, I wasn't filming anyone. Yeah, the first thing that came up to my mind was Johnny Somali in this scene, because I was like, what the heck can I say? What the heck can I say? Like, I was like, damn. Crows, I need help. Can you give me a lift? Oh, I don't want to go back there. Just to go where? to the other side of the road. Okay, let's go guys, let's go. Oh, legit, for my freaking battery was 33%. I was like, damn, that's a bit too harsh on me. Let me see if I need to be on, I dare you, I need to, wait, is that the other side? Wait a minute. That is very suspicious looking. .7%, I mean stars. Damn, 21 minutes, how is it that long? Where the heck are we? Yes, it's basically that way. I thought it would be, but I was like, I'm not sure. Oh damn it, it's rails. Fucking hell. Oh shit. At least the thing doesn't feel that damped. Unless if I split my legs every second. Some bodybuilder was up here with those eggs that day. Why would you just see the egg yolks remaining? Fucking hell. Welcome to Glasgow, guys, the most roughest city and thing. By the way, it does still look like Pablo Escobar. Let's go to our main location that we basically discovered. Here in this section of here or there, you need to go. Don't, scary, very like road DVLA style, so it won't work as a pedestrian. So damn, that's a lot. Sizer. Come on, guys. Someone say something if you're back, because this is still saying to me your stream has died. But I am very happy that I didn't. I'm very happy that the stream didn't die, because usually it does. I hate it when it does, but hey, yo, it happens. Okay, let's see. You know, like the place that we avoided to go through, we could have, but we would have ended up coming back here anyway, because I did not even think of this open at 11. Like, I was like, damn, museum in the UK. Like, Glasgow is basically the biggest city. I know it's not the first tourism based, but like it's the second at least. That's nice. And thanks for joining into the coffee gang. We also examined tea, but not as strictly as coffee, but once I get my certification I will do that. Already there's maybe 1 or 2 places in Scotland that they are claiming to be like a tea expert. We're gonna go and see if it's pure tea or is it artificially modified or like flavored or whatever. I'm gonna get trained by one of the farmers. If you've seen my, I don't know, I have a feeling I've posted it, but at the same time I don't. I've posted a tea event in Iran. I'm going to try to get contracts by them. End of the day, no one in Glasgow would employ me for having these good qualifications, because end of the day performance is more important for them than flavor. So if you see like a well-known cafe losing their shits, don't blame me, blame whoever was their hiring manager. Free 6 months free management, at least say 3 months, 6 months of free payment, so it would make sense. You would gain more popularity, mate. Castle Milk place. Thank God we're not walking to Castle Milk like last time. On foot for 9 hours of walking. Meanwhile, my legs are basically dead right now. Regarding to those days my legs wouldn't be that dead, but I want to regenify it back to what it used to be, because I want to challenge myself to do like maybe like a 3 AM stream to Edinburgh on the foot. So that's going to be a challenge, because 17 miles, Edinburgh's 20, so 3 more miles, the job done. Like if it wasn't cold, I did not mind. I generally did not mind to continue. It was like probably like once I got home it was like 9ish. I started the stream a bit late, maybe like I want to say 11, maybe it was 9, but it wasn't 3 in the morning stuff. But consider this, I wasn't even eating like a full meal on the day. I was just like buying sweets. I wasn't like, I probably would. But yeah, at least we went to 3 different locations and did 2 reviews. The first place was just so bad that if I do a review on it, I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm not waiting for that backlash, man. But it was awful, man. Like being Turkish, then using artificial food colouring to manipulate your customers to get it. No, man. I paid £5 for 5-6 different pieces, but the tea was already artificial. But I was like, 160. I don't mind again, but like, if I have to. If I had to, I don't mind, but no. Just be on the main road. It's a bit too... Damn, that is the place. Thank God you didn't go through it, but sometimes you want to just grow on your social medias. The past 6 months I've barely grown, like in comparison to last year. I don't know how the heck I was doing it, but I was doing the exact same things as in the video side things, but I was way more deeply like invested into the description. But this year I'm like, let me reduce it a bit down, but not like reduce it so much that I'm just saying it's good or bad. I just hate doing those types of reviews, and I hate seeing those types of reviews. But it's interesting about the algorithms on TikTok, everything doesn't deem your content to be perfect. But once you talk with like owners, they're like, it's a different story. Like they're actually impressed because they're like thankful that you did that review unexpectedly from, because I've also done management in the hotel industry and in the restaurant as a form of education, by the way. Like at least I understand some stuff. I'm not going to be like a naive kind of Karen that walks around. And the interesting part is that people actually know me. Interestingly, they don't follow me. Like those people are not owners within the city. It's a bit interesting. But I don't mind, man. I don't mind if they don't follow. if they do know what's good coffee is, like, end of the day. I mean good quality coffee, not commercial shit. Like those people that I talked about, they're good what they're doing. So I mean, like they're basically the good baristas that I basically would say they're basically good in. They're doing a good job. Damn, those trailers, double. I thought you wouldn't even have these in the UK. Let's go and ask the driver, how easy is this to park? Because that is the one thing that I don't get in your truck how to do. Is these double? Oh, this is not even double. If that was like, I thought that one was like a lorry kind of thing. No, I mean double trailer. Damn. If that's the case, that's easier. That's just like trolling a normal van. Whew. But $8,000 to become a lorry driver, guys. Oh guys, we could have went through, oh guys, we're gonna go through the new bridge that we're gonna just go back and forward from it. Nothing special. I mean, it's a new bridge, so if we fall, it's gonna be some sort of content, because last time if I had the title Pablo Escobar today as well, I was like, where could I put it? It just doesn't make sense to put it today. It would have been a freaking hilarious scene. You know why? Because that guy would probably nick a car for the sake of escaping. But yeah. But we do need to go for a toilet break in the museum, because I am definitely, not now, but I mean like after, once we're done with the sci-fi stuff. I love it when bikers are now allowed on the pavements and on the pavement, on the road. Whew. Damn, this is a good walk. My legs are not dead yet. I mean, like 10 minutes ago it was dead because I wasn't collaborate. It was basically on collaborate. No, whatever that word is. I do like to have a wee break, but I know that's just going to muddle up my stamina. But back in the Amazon days, damn. Every fucking Sunday live stream after a 10-hour shift. Who the flip does that on Twitch or even Kick? Like, I was like, if I'm waiting for my bus for 2 hours, why not just go somewhere else? Like, it was the only day that I was like, it was my last day for every like the week. Why not? I'm not gonna sleep around 12-ish, 12 or 2-ish to go to work. Around 10-ish, I'm like, nah, let me just do it, man. Some days I came around 6 a.m. and streamed, no one was there on stream or in real life, apart from one time 2 drunk dudes, but usually not even the pigeons are there. I'm like, damn, the pigeons have a place to go. Like, the worst thing is, I was expecting Central Station, which is the main station of Glasgow, to be open. No. Like, it wasn't for me. Maybe it would be worth me going to Glasgow airport and then coming back, but what's the point? It's like 1 or 2 hours kind of unnecessary time wastage and money wastage was just because it was £1 more. But unless if the buses do operate, that's my problem now. But yeah, but this time I'm gonna try my best to spend majority of my money on getting a driving license, because damn, last time I ever done it I was paying slightly over £60 an hour for a overworked car. Like, I wish it was like 30 an hour. Like, it's so damn expensive that you just really don't want to do it. But in the same time, I'm like, no man, if I want to do anything out of the bus range, I can't, because the trains are always cancelling. I really don't mind to take you guys to Aberdeen, but even on the bus I don't mind. But the problem about the bus, it's a certain time that you need to be back by. I mean, like, I want to do Aberdeen in the summer times by now, because once we get there it's like 3 or 4 hours of daytime. What's the point, man? I'd rather not do it. But yeah, I sometimes wish I had some certain amount of money to buy something like this, man. If I had my own hedge fund, you know, like a Man Hotel, it's basically a real estate company behind it, and recently they sold one of their last properties in New York for $66 million. I'm just like curious, what does it look like on their corner room that they sell for, like, I don't know, 20 grand a night, or is it like way nicer? Because I'm expecting like it's gonna be like with furniture. So yeah, the only part that I will definitely change or do something different is make that into more like a drive-through for a chauffeur, if it's going to be possible, if it's going to be allowed by the city council, because they technically made this into a pedestrian kind of only kind of route. So I don't know if it's going to be, but it used to be like an office, this place, so I don't know what's happening now. But yeah, let me get the sound alerts on. fuck? I'm laughing because of fucking scared of it as well. Wait, authorized failed. Why is that? How do you even get into it, first of all? I hope I don't need to turn on a VPN to do it, man. That would be dumb. Okay, let me actually log out from it and come back on, because it's failing. I don't know if it's just a Huawei thing. If it is, I'm pissed off. That's discrimination. Let me not try to show my thingy. Emotional damage, just send it over. Damn, my SIM card doesn't work. That's interesting. Okay, where the heck is the authentication? PayPal, no, Twitch. Hopefully you're gonna work. Yes, you are working. Finally. I love I have the options to put ads on, not the option to see if thingy works, any of these commands work. And burps. No. Sound burps, no. I need to be a premium to use this. Very nice. Like, I would if they had a good, like, a much more affordable kind of bot, but I feel like I still rather trust the ones that everybody else is using. At least we know the people behind it. Actual. Seriously. Are you actually serious? No, couldn't connect to Twitch. Therefore, it's a Huawei thing. By the way, if we do this, does this make a sound? No. Damn. The minute that I tried to basically, where is this? The minute that I tried to do the sound alerts, everybody's popping out. Do I need to actually close it down? Damn, that's stupid, man. I'm not going to ask anyone to spend their money for it, but let me do it, because everything is...
You what?
Okay, finally, after 2.5 years, I hope that doesn't, that's just going to make it work. I'm not really tired. I woke up around 5:30 in the morning. I was expecting 6 o'clock because I slept probably 10 minutes later than yesterday, and yesterday I did sleep around, I woke up around 6 for sure, but in the same time I do remember seeing a 45 on one of the arms. It could have been 5:45 until I saw the phone on my... But let's go. I was thinking to go walk through there, but I was like, nah. Unless if all of a sudden it's gonna be called trespassing. I'm like, fuck that, man. I was so into doing those abandoned buildings, but I was like, when I saw the trespass laws, I was like, fuck that, man. Fuck that. I'd rather fucking lose all of my money, become bankrupt of doing a business than getting myself in the hands of the courts. Probably that's also going to end up being the courts, because I failed to make any sort of, I'm going to be in debt in some form of manner. But damn, we do need to go on the other side of the road. But at least from here it's like a lot better. I mean the way back basically. Okay, what time is it? Okay, 11:48. We could have easily streamed around 10 o'clock if I checked, but I don't mind. But the sooner the better really for me, mainly because of the disconnection problems I have, and I can't afford the cloud services at this moment of time. If I have an income, I mean, like if I had a permanent job, which is a miracle, I would do it, but for now I'm not risking it, man. But we're almost there at the museum. Is this guy not supposed to be in nursery? A day if it was my time, we used to get slippered. I love it that I'm walking pretty fast up this hill for the sake of overtaking, but also feels a bit better when walking slow. By the way, that's a new bridge. I'm too scared to put my phone over the thing, but that's the lowest volume I've ever heard from these. I don't know, I like it a bit louder. Oh yeah, we can actually go from down there. I realised, yeah, I'm hoping that today I'm just going to spend maximum £5. Consider the coffee probably £4 max, but yeah. Like for me, like I need to figure out how the heck can I spend less than 50 a month from outside stuff, like even in the days that I'm not doing streams, because at the end of the day I am going out. I will crave to go to a cafe because I'm basically addicted to coffee. It's been a month that I've been having a ton of hot chocolate. It doesn't hit, but I was with friends. I wasn't resting, but I was just doing the education stuff. But it's like my limits were going off. I was like, I really want to have a good fermented coffee, but I know those are like the minimum 620 at a decent place, not the ones that are fermented. Like, yeah, it looks huge from this angle, the museum, but it's actually designed by Zaha Hadid before she died. But I'm sure, like, I feel like if Glasgow City Council really freaking cared, they would have gave way more money and made something that looked like it wasn't like they didn't it didn't. It looks like they just removed the roof off the previous like shed for these ships, and they just like made like Zaha Hadid's signature, and that's it, job done. 1.2 million. How much have they paid for this project? That when you see like Zaha Hadid's other project, it's like, what the heck? I wish we had that. No. The only weird building that we have in Scotland is the one, the W Wineford, I don't know, is it? It's basically next to the St. Quarter James, basically. And everybody says it looks like a piece of poo. Especially when it's brown, and especially when it has a twirl. What could it not look like? But in the same time, like, at least that's a design thing. Nothing worse than my sister going to some guy's exhibition with, I don't know, university or with college. The guy painted with his own stuff, so when it's not like a banned thing, people before COVID and after COVID, that is basically the scene that we just saw. And yeah, that's it for the weird stuff of thingy, but we'll try to not. We'll come back around after April to visit the other spots in the museum, but for now we're gonna just focus on the sci-fi stuff, because there's a lack of events happening in Scotland. That's my issue. The only event that I was excited about was Comic-Con, when it turned out to be like the most like lack of themed event I've ever been to. £5, mate. Let me ask. Hiya, I have a question. When is your sci-fi museum an event happening? Is it on a Is it on a particular area?
There's one through there,
Okay.
and there's two through there.
Okay. Is
There's
it?
three. There's four altogether. It's just in there.
It's just. Isn't it all Glasgow?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers. Okay. Okay, at least it's in the good area that I like. But the old museum had a way bigger place for that kind of old Glasgow vibes. There you did demolish that part. And
Can you just tell me where you want to go?
you see These were. Oh, damn, that's so bad. Oh, he's so F. Still don't understand what it looked like inside of the main cockpit. They're 80 years. Sounds, I mean, this is thing, Glasgow, so, but really they still. That is dodgy.
I'm just trying to get it where I have a signal to send my.
Because my Twitter messages off. Definitely worth it.